Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be looking further into images. So in the last video, we checked out how SFML actually works, and this is what we built. In this video, we're going to be using a custom image that we have added into our assets folder. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look how to use those images. So I'm going to actually comment all this out, right? And put image. So the way to use images in your XT asset is just simply referencing them. So let's say if you wanted to reference logo, directly logo onto the screen, you can simply do that by referencing it here. Now, I just provided the name, and as you can see, the logo showed up. Now, if you notice this bound that's actually shown around here, this shows the actual size of the image, and that's going beyond the screen size. So how can we actually contain that? What you can do is you can actually make the image resizable. That actually did work, but as you can see, like in images now more stretched out. So now there are two approaches that you can take basically to make your image look good. What you can do is you can say aspect ratio is it takes either fill or fit options, same as UI image view. And now remember that this property is only applied when the image is resizable. So if I comment this, it's actually not going to be effective. So you need to make image resizable so you can actually make use of all the other properties. So this is one way of containing your image into the onto the screen. And the other one is you can say size to fit, or sorry, scale to fit. Scale to fit. Okay, yeah. So it's like where's size to fit? Okay, scale to fit, and that achieves the same result. And you have scale to fill as well, which actually essentially does what it says. It actually tries to fill as much as space and scale the image up. Okay, so aspect ratio dot fill mode does the same thing. All right, so that is that's actually good. Now I want to add one more image on the top of this. So let me add that before we actually continue forward. So I'm going to create a Z stack. And in this Z stack, we're going to have an image, okay? And this image is going to be drinks. Okay, so let's make an image. Let's reference drinks image, okay? And we're going to take this one and reference that one as well on the top. Okay, now if we resume, you're going to notice that we have this very weird looking stuff going on. Okay, let's resize our images so we can see what's going on. Okay, so let's make our other image aspect ratio as fill as well, fit as well, and we're going to make our logo to scale to fit. There we go. Okay, so now you can see like how you can stack two different images on the top of each other. With that, there's one more thing that you can do. You can provide the opacity. So opacity to your image. For example, if I say 0.1, that gives your image this watermark treatment that we have talked about a couple of times, right? So you can adjust that, like, depending upon your need. But it actually makes it really easy to apply those effects. Now, there are a couple of other effects that are there, like there is a blending mode, and you can have blending mode like color burn. So if you change each, you can see a different effect. Now I don't really know what all those values mean. So you might want to, if you're image enthusiast, then you might want to research. But I would actually look at like all the options and say which one actually is fitting my need, which one fits my need, and I would actually apply that. But I just want to show you like there is a blending mode that actually works just like CI filters work. I mean, CI filter is like a little bit more advanced, but if you want to do simple tasks like like superimposing two images with like certain image blending properties, then you can actually very easily use this blend mode like that. Okay, so let me take this out. Okay, so now what else can we do? We can actually set the frame for the image. So we can say, for example, frame, width, height, and we don't need the alignment like that. And that makes our image look a little bit more smaller. And we can say, if we say top leading, and that doesn't have any effect because it's actually related to your image space itself. Okay, so that's what actually that alignment means. Now you can actually use the alignment property for your Z stack, I believe. So let's try that out. And that's how you can actually move your image up certain directions or certain place. Okay. All right. Now, if you wanna basically clip an image to basically not let it go beyond its bounds, what you can do is you can say dot clipped. Okay. And since our bounds are already like set to the screen size, we don't really see it. But there's another overload that actually clips the shape that you wanna provide. So if I wanna provide a circle shape, as you can see, our image is now shaped or clipped to circular size, right? Don't mind this this particular dent right here. It's actually coming from this image, and it actually looks good. So I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, so so that's how you can actually clip shapes. You can not only clip a circle, but you can actually make an ellipse, or you can make a capsule, like so. Okay. All right. So I like circle, so I'm gonna stick to circle. All right. So what else can we do? We can actually use overlays. So you can have like overlay defined, and so let's say like if you want to have an overlay on this, and you're gonna set another image, and this time you're gonna use SF symbol image. Let's say cloud. With orange color. Right, as you can see, it's right there, barely visible. We can define a font here with size 100, maybe 100. Make it look a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. And you can keep that same opacity. Right, 0.8. Good. Okay. So just to give you an idea, like that you can do a whole bunch of things, like just combining some modifiers, right? So that's actually what you can do with like circular images and stuff. Now let's say if you wanted to add text on the top of this, excuse me, then you can add another overlay on the top of overlay. But we want to actually get rid of this overlay because it doesn't really fit our scenario, this overlay. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply add a text, or let's add a Z stack first. Okay, And within the C stack, we can create a rectangle, and then we can add a foreground color to this rectangle as black, which is already there. You can set the opacity of the rectangle, 0.3 maybe. Oh, 3, yeah. Okay, and then we can put a text on the top of it. For example, the foreground color to be white, and font to be large title. Make it a little bit bold, and give itself an opacity as well. Okay, so with that, let's size this. So frame width. So we can actually set two things. So I want to set the height, but I don't want to set width to a certain number. I want to set width to infinity. So let's see. We're gonna give height as 50 maybe, and then we can set frame max width infinity, like so. Okay, so as you can see, this is how our view is gonna look like. All right, so that is, to me, I mean, that's like, really amazing, like how good looking we made this view just by combining these things. Okay, so what else can we do? Can we put a border around it? So yes, we can. Though the thing that we can do is we can put another overlay, right? And in this overlay, we can actually add a circle. Okay, that's perfect. Then we can stroke that circle with certain, there's a line, there's an overload that takes a line width. Yeah, there you go. The content, so content is the color we can give, the color.white, and the line width we can say 4 maybe. Okay, you're not gonna see that overlay yet because we are mixing a shadow. So let's give it a shadow effect of gray color with radius as 10 and x and y and 0. And now you're going to notice that our menu has this nice border around it with shadow. Okay, so that's how you can actually add a border just by stroking another layer on the top. Okay, so what if you wanted to make this stroke not the white color, but you want to actually make it a little bit more fancy? Maybe let's gradient it. So what we can do is we can simply change this to linear gradient. Okay, and once again, we're going to say gradient, and it takes colors. Once again, we're going to use yellow and orange, and starting point, let's say top leading and bottom trailing this time. All right, there you go. As you can see, our linear gradient border has already taken effect. So if you notice, this is yellow and this is orange, and it's actually gradually increasing and applying it to the border. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you can some of the basic things that you can do, like really simple stuff that you can do to make your views look amazing. Okay, so yeah, so this is it for this video, and I hope you like this video and like the image of like the use of images in SwiftUI. And once again, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in next video. Thank you.